Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. It is Thursday, the 19th of August. This is our morning setup. So I'm going to put this out there for free today, too. So if you want to learn more about us, link is in the description below. So we have a gap down, finally, some follow through today. What you need to know is the Qs have bounced off the 50-day, and the SPY has just missed it. 433.77, 434.50. We do have some economic data today. We have jobless claims coming at us and Philly Fed manufacturing, but nothing huge. And there's currently no Fed speak scheduled today. Quick recap of earnings from last night and today. Okay, NVIDIA came out, liked NVIDIA's report. NVIDIA's report was very good. Their data center, their gaming areas booming and guiding up. They look good. Cisco, was okay. Hood came out. We'll talk more about Hood. What I did not like about Hood, they guided down. They see a lot less accounts being created. Well, no more stimulus, less accounts. In addition to that, they took a $1 billion write down for stock. That hurts. That's a lot of money for them, right? This is a company that does like $500 million a quarter in revenue. So $1 billion write down is huge. This morning, Macy's is already out. Macy's, huge beat EPS revenue, guiding up, reinstating their dividend and doing a $500 million buyback. Kohl's also big beat doing a buyback, and we'll see where we go from there. Mizzou did not look so healthy here this morning. Tonight we have AMAT after the close and John Deere tomorrow morning. All right, what else do we have going on here? To the normal, we'll go to the ES first. And this is where everything becomes important. Last night when I went to bed, futures were actually slightly up, right? You can see around 9 o'clock last night when I turned my laptop off, futures are actually pushing up a little bit. And then, you can see we came in and we rolled over. So here's your all-time high for earlier this week. We rolled over, we lost the 8-day, the 21-day, and then look at the flush that happened here around 4 o'clock. And now here we are on the lows. And what's important to notice right now is ES on a bounce here so far is failing at VWAP. Important to note that. Here's the ES just above the 50-day. 3-day yank back coming in. What else is going on out there? The NQ, right to the 50-day and bounce. Okay, 3-day pullback, 50-day. The NQ has been unable to reach new all-time highs. Go into our normal crude, been weak for a while, selling off, going lower here. Bond rallying a bit. Why? Well, the flight to safety here. This is not rallying because of yields or anything. This is a flight to safety. See going on there. The dollar, by the way, is at high. EUP, the dollar, very strong here this morning. Right. Yesterday it closed at the highs. Even stronger here this morning. Right. This is helping with the market sell-off with a very strong dollar. Gold doing a whole bunch of nothing. Bitcoin continues to hold serve and go sideways here, kind of drifting around, but still holding the breakout above that 40,000 with plenty of space, which is nice to see. We have a big gap up in the VIX this morning. So here's the VIX way out of the Bollinger Band. So, close back inside the Bollinger Band. Every time it's done that, it's been risk back on. So that will be something we'll be watching today. Stay out of the Bollinger Band. Typically, you get another day, some follow through, even if it's only a half day. So like on this day, close out of the Bollinger Band, you got to that early morning up and pop before we came back in. So we're watching to see how the VIX goes here and how the VIX reacts over the next couple of days. You see the VIX kind of had this downtrend intact here and is trying to break above it. Seeing some volatility here returning to the markets. All right, so what else do we got going on out there? Let's take a quick look at sentiment as we come into today. So first of all, when we look at our oscillators on the New York Stock Exchange, we closed at negative 166. We're slightly oversold. We're going to be much lower. We're going to be down under 200. We're going to have a good signal here on the open. It's unusual to get a oversold signal like this close to all-time highs. Same thing on the NASDAQ. We almost hit the negative 200 spot. We're going to have a nice signal. We're going to open somewhere down around 275, 250, 275. Again, you can see we've been getting these on occasion here. The one thing to notice here is this market, you can see more and more negative dips than positive pushes. We've been getting oversold readings on the NASDAQ and not overbought readings. Very, very big change in the markets here as we go forward. We look at advanced decline lines. The NASDAQ's been rolling over, whereas the SPY just starting to roll down yesterday. They were holding in stronger. The put to call ratio, we're still in the neutral zone. We can't get a bearish flush. It's been so hard in this market to get a bearish sentiment flush, even with everything going on. You can see how we've been living in the FOMO zone below the bottom blue line. But now we're starting to get more and more action in the neutral. So we're seeing a change in character here. And when we look at breadth, markets like to follow breadth. The New York Stock Exchange rolling over, leading down. The market tends to follow breadth. Breadth leads. We haven't been, lately been choppy. Breath has not been leading. And the NASDAQ rolled over already yesterday and yet the day before yesterday on Tuesday and getting followed through. And you notice the NASDAQ has been in a weak spot, unable to make new all-time highs on breath. Concerning to us here in the market. The market is definitely flashing some big time warning signs. We've seen them before. And that's why we come here today. And today we're trading right around the 435.50 area. But, it's a little bit after 7 this morning. And I'll make it real easy for you guys. When you look at this chart, there's one thing that should stand out to everybody. It's the 50-day, the purple line. The 50-day has been the place they have attacked and bought this market since last November, since the election, right? Pre-election, right? Before the election, we thought we were about to have a market that was going to fall apart, and we gapped up and took the 50-day. And since then, bring it in nice and tight. First touch held it. Second touch area ugly, but ultimately held it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and here comes number 8. How we hold that will tell us what's going on. If we can't hold the 50-day, then we'll look for a move down lower. Then we start looking at some of these open gaps that weren't filled down here. We'll see if we can't hold this level down here at 422 and the 100-day moving average. And eventually we start looking down here towards the 200-day if it really wants to get into some selling. So we'll see what's driving this. It was the Fed's talking of tapering. The Fed, the market's waking up to the Fed is very seriously discussing tapering at this point. And this has got the market rattled. The market thought that this would go on for a while, and there's now talk that this could happen before the end of the year. We'll see. The one thing that's not going on is there's no raising of interest rates anytime in the near future. So coming into today, the first thing to do is to be safe. Check, right? Most of us hopefully did that yesterday, took the loss on UPS and got out of it, even though I had time on those calls. On Tuesday, I got out of my Apple position and, made some money being tactical and quick trades in and out here, but I got myself basically flat into all cash. So where do we go from here today and what do we watch? Well, for me, keep an eye on the VIX. The VIX spikes today. And right now the VIX is at highs. Near it, I will be looking to play things like VXX. I love playing with VXX. This is a very liquid ETN. Can trade it, make nice money on it. If the VIX wants to rally, this thing can move and this thing can really fly. That's why we like it. So we'll be keeping an eye on the VXX here. What else? You can play some of the short instruments today. You can play things like SQQQ, although it is so cheap it doesn't move. This is the triple leverage bearish ETN for the Qs. TZA is for the IWM. This one can move, and SPXS is for the S&P 500. These can move a little bit better. They have a little bit better price action behind them. Take that aside today. If we bounce, I'll be looking to play the inverses like TQQQ on bounces here today. I want to watch NVIDIA. NVIDIA just had a good report, good guidance. We'll see how it reacts. It's holding in steady here. I like it off this 193.19 area, or if we sell and we holds around the 187.50, that's the area I would look for this today. Looking else out there today, you go around out there, AMD, also a name I keep my eyes on today. If they can hold and it gets back above 101.92, I might be willing to give it a try there. AMD giving it back. Most importantly, you need to look at names and say what's acting stronger on a day like today. If Apple's acting strong, maybe we'll go after Apple, although I do not like how it made an all-time high, couldn't push, and then we got a big down candle yesterday ahead of this, right? Not great action. Hood, let's talk about Hood this morning. Hood earnings last night, I didn't like them. Some people are saying they're great. For me, I didn't love them. They're guiding down. They took $1 billion write-off for the stock they gave out, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's free money." It's not free money. They have to pay for it. It comes out of their profits. So we'll see. It's down here at 43, 45 area this morning, right? Here's what you need to know. If Hood is really going to be any good, it'll bounce up and it'll fill this gap all the way back up to, let's call it the right there around 40, 49 area, 49 to 50 area. If not, if it sells off, you got to watch to see if it comes down and test this 32, 35 area. That is the low here. The IPO open was 38. That's another area to watch. Retail needs to be watched this morning. Macy's just had a blowout report. Macy's blowout earnings, EPS, raising their divvy, raising their buyback. So this one here up this morning, when you look at the chart on the daily, you say, okay, where can it go to? Well, 2230 is the recent highs. That's a 52-week high. So first spot would be right to here. Right, this candle right here, the high of that candle there is 1926, right? It gets above that, it can run. Where do we get to this morning? We got above it and we pull back. So we'll watch that, takes that out, then you can push to this candle here. That high there is 21.10 and then 22.30 if it wants to go. Coles also this morning had a good report, blowout also, but they're coming in a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on these, especially on the conference calls. Tactical day, guys, for me. I'm out tomorrow, so everybody nice and easy here. See how the market wants to set up. Watch for the initial dip to the 50-day, see if they buy it and give us some opportunities, or if they decide to shoot us down. If they take us down, they really dump us under the 50-day and they start selling today, might get a margin calls, and margin calls might go up, and that's exactly what this market needs to knock some of this over bullishness out of it. So please be safe. If you want to learn more about me, smartoptiontrading.com. Link is in the description below. Everybody have a great day trading. Members catch you live at 9.